190 of them. Brass, percussion, and woodwind. Brilliant to the eye. Dynamic to the ear. And evidently, some folks in Pasadena think so too.
We've been there in 1990 with the band, and they were excited about that performance, so they called us back up again to resubmit.
So they did. And January 1st, Grove City High School Marching Band will be sharing its sights and sounds with the rest of America, marching in the Tournament of Roses parade.
I think it'll be really cool. I mean, it's something that'll stick with me my whole life, and with all the people that are going, and it's something that we can grow up saying, hey, we marched in that.
Mr. Edge continually tells us about how the pictures we'll bring back and how much we'll remember, and I just really can't wait to go.
A band normally used for performing in front of an audience sitting here in the bleachers will now be performing in front of an audience sitting at home in front of their television screens. The cost of the whole trip, about $400,000, but they raised all of the money on their own.
Oh, we did everything. We sold subs, we sold picture frames, we washed cars.
I think we've sold just about everything you can sell.
But the work isn't finished quite yet.
Come on, right guys. The left guy. Make sure they're even with you. They're not, tell them.
Straight lines, synchronized steps, and harmonized sounds still must be perfected to make this band stand out and to make everyone back home proud.
We're proud to be representing Central Ohio. It's a wonderful place, and hopefully everybody, when they see Grove City Band marching down Orange Grove and Colorado Boulevard, that they're very proud of their Central Ohio representatives.
For 10 TV Eyewitness News, I'm Gina Wheeler, the Ohio News Network.
Members of the Grove City High School Marching Band put in their last practice performance tonight. The day after Christmas, the band flies to Pasadena for the Rose Bowl Parade.
Now, this trip is no small undertaking. More than 200 people will go, including the musicians, the band leaders, including Mr. Edge, and chaperones. The cost of the trip is about $400,000,
wow.
And the band members raised every dime on their own. That's a lot of bake sales.
The Grove City High School Band is marching on a high note. They're getting ready for the big dance. Band members will be bringing their tunes to California and the biggest parade of them all, the Rose Bowl Parade.
It's a great honor. I mean, there's only a few bands selected, and we represent the whole Midwest, and I think it's a really great honor. This is one of the biggest things going on in the world as far as the parades go today.
To get ready for the big show on New Year's Day, the band has been practicing 2 days a week for hours to make sure every note is tuned and every step is right.
One of the most difficult things that we're trying to accomplish is to keep our turns straight, and the turns are basically the angles that they're the most you look for in the Rose Bowl.
We have to march like we are now about 2 hours around and around the track to get our endurance up so we can march 7 miles at the actual parade.
Are you complaining?
Plead the Fifth Amendment.
Hundreds of bands try to get into the parade, but there are only 14 slots available. And this is Grove City's second appearance. They were last in the Rose Bowl Parade back in 1990.
They called us up, and we were more than obliged to put in a tape.
Many band members say they still can't believe it, but reality will set in when they set foot on the streets of Pasadena. GC! In Grove City, for News Center, I'm Gary Somerset.
You want some of my chicken? What do you use? You got this? Got more chicken? Hi.
Really interesting. This is how you eat seaweed. It's a little bit different. I don't like that they gave us class. I don't like shrimp. Just like scrape that.
Breathe together, get that prep together, and I guarantee you that release will be together. That's our first impression.
Watch the cutoff.
Okay, listen back there.
Listen. Count it. Keep the line straight.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Grove City High School Marching Greyhound Band.
This is the big day.
Perform, gloves, double tight shoes.
Yep.
Okay, ready? Bag when you're done.
I'm on 5, folks. Let's just put it on. It's too early.
The Grove City High School Marching Band.
Their second trip to Pasadena, the 304-member band, they've won more than 35 Grand Champion Awards in field and parade marching band competitions.
This past year, the members walked in a 6.5-mile walkathon, raising more than $14,000 for their venture here to Pasadena. You know, all the bands have to pay their own way. It's an honor to be selected. And still, a lot of fundraising going on all across the country to get them here.
And big bands were the theme. President Ken Burrows said he wanted minimum 250 members in every band. He wanted a strong showing for the new millennium.
And he has that indeed. There's that tuba player you're talking about.
Came around again.
Hope it's not the same guy, you know. Again, it's a 5.5-mile parade route down Old Pasadena, up down Orange Grove Boulevard, then make the turn down Colorado Boulevard.
Making the turn, the Grove City Marching Band's second trip to Pasadena since their 1990 Rose Parade appearance. In the last 10 years, the band has won more than 35 Grand Champion Awards in field and parade marching band competitions. It's no longer that you just play music now, it's the marching and the steps you take that matters as well. This is one of the best in the business.
From Ohio, here are the
304 members of the Grove City High School Marching Band in their white pants with red stripe, red coats with white and blue trim, and white and red hats for those of you with black and white TV.
The Grove City Band marched here in the Rose Parade back in 1990, so I guess the only thing that really marched were the uniforms. All the people are new. Welcome back, kids. For uniforms. In the last decade, they've won over 35 Grand Champion awards in the field and parade marching band competitions. They've twice been named Grand Champion Band at the Music Fest in Orlando, in Florida.
Well, now we've talked about different ways bands raise money to finance their trip here. Well, these youngsters did something to raise money for a cause other than their own. They walked in a 6.5-mile March of Dimes walkathon and raised over $15,000 for the March of Dimes. Bravo.
Marching for Dimes.
There you go. All makes sense to me. I wonder if that gladiator's been licking at me.
One of the old favorites, God Bless America.
Shall we chime in? And we have to thank Irving Berlin for this piece.
Thank you, Irving.
Thank you, Irving. They wanted to change this to the national anthem, you know, Doug.
Did they really?
And people,
they didn't want bombs bursting in there anymore?
well, I don't think so. People protested, and they did not change their national anthem.
A little space as we come upon the Grove City High School Marching Band. They're from Grove City, Ohio. And there's 304 total members that have made it. They raised money, which they needed more than $14,000, by the way, by doing a walkathon. This is how they got to Pasadena. Let's listen to the gang from Grove City High School in Ohio. Mom and Dad, you should be proud. The kids are looking great. Their lines are straight and they're in step.
And the uniforms are pressed precisely.
If you didn't make the trip, they're having a great time. But they miss you. And they want to come home soon.
Yeah, right.
And they want you to send them more money for college.
This band has won more than 35 Grand Champion awards in the field and parade marching competitions in the last 10 years.
Very, very good.
Very good.
Let me quickly tell you that this 111th Tournament of Roses parade includes the Grove City High School Marching Band from Grove City, Ohio. The director, George Edge, celebrating his 13th year in that position. This 111th Tournament of Roses parade is brought to you commercial-free thanks to our friends at Weight Watchers.
You know, Steph, I noticed in this band, they have 36 members color guard, 3 field commanders. They have 4 librarians. What does a librarian do in the band?
They keep track of the music and certainly deserve to come to this parade because they helped raise $14,000 in the March of Dimes walkathon as part of what would finance the trip here.
You are a plethora of band information. Me, I know the donkeys and the mule.
That's fine.
Personally.
It works out perfectly.
With the Grove City High School Marching Band, Grove City, Iowa.
304. We don't need to write that one down. That's big. It's not the biggest, but it's big, and they're a good-looking band.
But it's not 415.
This is their second trip.
Playing March Grandicio. It's a beautiful song.
Nicely done. Nice marching. National anthem.
God bless America.
I think I can hear Kate Smith in the background.
Well, she was one of our grand marshals, wasn't she?
Yes, she was. She made this song really famous.
This band is a prize winner many times over. They've won prizes all over the United States. And it's easy to understand why as you watch them, listen to them.
All the New Year's hype has come and gone, but nearly 300 students at Grove City High School in Central Ohio can't put it behind them. They spent New Year's out in sunny California marching in the Tournament of Roses parade. We had a chance to talk to them before they headed out west, but now they're back home. And ONN's Erica Fly tells us the kids had an incredible experience.
Alto saxophone.
Megan Nicely, I'm a member of the Fly Corps.
Justin Swartz, snare drum and percussion.
Adam Wise, trumpet.
These are 4 members of the Grove City Marching Band, just back from California.
They're having record highs there.
With quite a story to tell.
Actually got chills on my spine.
Just days after their performance in the Tournament of Roses parade New Year's Day, these band members are still California dreaming, and they remember it like it was yesterday.
When we turned the corner of the parade onto Colorado Boulevard and we saw all the mountains in the background and our parents were sitting on the sidelines, it was breathtaking. I loved it. It was awesome.
Awesome and sometimes confusing. The band had to keep some distance from the float in front of them. One official told them to slow down.
Then another official came and told us to speed up. By that time, the float somehow turned on its boosters. I mean, it just took off.
Keeping up may have been a challenge. Still, it somehow all came together.
I'm getting pretty tired and the back's getting sore, but everybody in the drumline made it, so I'm very proud of the drumline.
But the trip was more than a parade. It was a California tour, caught on home video.
We got to ride the cable cars, and we visited Chinatown, and we went up to Twin Peaks, and we also visited the beach. It was beautiful.
I really liked Alcatraz. I mean, I've always wanted to visit there.
And if they ever wanted to ride a trolley, this was their chance.
There's so more sweet cars than I've ever seen in my life.
From high in the sky to the depths of the sea, the trip was a whirlwind, but the parade was the payoff.
I think my dad used up a whole roll of film when we were in front of their stand.
2 hours of marching in rather warm weather with no breaks, no problem.
The adrenaline, we had so much energy from all these other people giving us, all the support and everything. It just kept me going to the end. Like, actually, when we were done, we were like, is that it?
That is it. These 4 band members are seniors. No more Rose Bowl parades for them, but no one can take away the memories. In Grove City, Erica Fly, the Ohio News Network.
Well, great fun, and we're real proud of the Grove City Marching Band. And, of course, they celebrated their New Year's Eve at 9 p.m. California time, 3 hours early out there, so they could celebrate with us right here in Ohio at the same time.